are so much better than men. We can start a new generation without any male counterparts. We don't need a man. I am a true feminist, and I hope you believe that.
So, I am a feminist because 1 in 4 women are assaulted and society still asks what they were wearing and still says they were asking for it. If a woman asked for it, or a girl, she would ask for it personally. I mean, I know people who do that. Like, I didn't ask for it because I decided to wear shorts today because it was hot outside. I'm a feminist because boys are ashamed to be emotionally open because it's a girl thing. It shouldn't be a girl thing. You should be able to be emotionally open and talk to people and not be looked down upon as a girl. And I don't see why it's such a bad idea, a bad thing to be called a girl. We're tough, we're cool. That catcalling and street harassment is not a compliment. You whistling or saying woo-hoo as I walk down the street does not make me feel good about myself. You know, it's kind of hard to explain how that makes you feel inside. It kind of just like breaks down your walls and stuff.
I'm a feminist because feminism is the definition of a belief in the social, political, and economic equality of the sexes. Which basically just means that no matter what gender you have, you should have the same rights and opportunities as everyone else. Because we learn girls to be careful instead of teaching boys not to rape. Because 15 million young girls are forced into marriage every single year. Because when I was younger and played soccer, everyone around me kept referring to it as women's soccer and not just soccer. Because many people still think that it's okay to sexualize my body. I'm a feminist because girls still get blamed for being raped because she wasn't wearing enough clothes, or she was out alone too late at night, or her no was not convincing enough. Because nipples of a woman are still not allowed on social media, because 97% of all of the rapists doesn't have to spend a single day in jail.
I am a feminist because people still think that transgenders, bisexuals, asexuals do not exist. Whatever. I'm a feminist because it is an insult to say you kick, you throw, you act like a girl. I mean, we all know that one girl that was super good at kickball could kick the ball farther than everybody else. Sorry that meant, like, it's a bad thing to be able to kick like her. Or it's a bad thing to be able to throw a softball pretty fast. Because I know girls who can, faster than guys. I can pretty much throw a softball faster than my brother, and I didn't know that was a bad thing. I'm a feminist because guys can sag their pants, but God forbid you see my bra strap. I'm a feminist because in school I'm not allowed to wear a tank top in 90-degree weather at the beginning of the school year because boys can't control themselves because they'll get an erection. I totally understand that, and I see where people come from with that. But boys wouldn't be getting erections if it wasn't so, like, saying girls can't wear tank tops. If we just started wearing tank tops like we wanted to, guys would get used to that, and that wouldn't make them have an erection. Problem solved. And I don't remember one girl who's ever said that they are offended about a guy getting a boner. That's a natural thing. I've never heard one person say that ever. Unless it's a guy talking about how another guy got a boner.
I believe that women, females, girls, ladies out there, they are stronger than a lot of men. Like the big buff men out there, we can take a lot more pain than you. Sorry, but that's the truth.
I'm a feminist because people like Sam Pepper are supported by people and are still getting praised and views. Because non-binary people are ignored. Because I'm not wearing makeup to impress anyone, especially not boys. Because sexistic, racist, and homophobic jokes are not funny, and they've literally never been. Because according to Wikipedia, 500,000 young girls are raped every single year in South Africa because women are decoration in films and video games. Because most comedians are using women as their punchlines. Because I have to watch my drink at bars and clubs and parties. I'm a feminist because the excuse boys will be boys are still frequently used. Because girls are taught in school that once they have sex, they lose a part of themselves. Because beauty products are often promoted by women. Because whenever a guy is hitting on me and I'm not interested, the only reasonable excuse is the I have a boyfriend card, because men respect other men more than they do women. I'm a feminist because what I have between my legs should not affect or determine my level of success. Because catcalling is not a fucking compliment, and it has never been. Because bisexuals, asexuals, and transgenders are not taken seriously because of the obvious wage gap. And that's even worse for women of color, because it happens that women get punished for being raped.
I'm a feminist because if a woman sleeps with a different man every weekend, she's called a whore, a slut, and easy. But if a man sleeps with a different woman every weekend, he's a stud and applauded for it. Because if a woman says she's been raped, she's either lying or she was probably asking for it, because I mean, look at what she was wearing and what she was drinking and her sexual history. And also because if a man says he's been raped, he's laughed at, because of course men can't get raped. Because grown women are still called girls, while grown men are just men. Because women are objectified everywhere, from movies and films to just general advertising. Because men are portrayed as bumbling idiots when it comes to housework and childcare, but suave businessmen with winning ideas in the work environment. Because the mother is more likely to be awarded custody of the children than the father, purely because people think that they're more loving and competent than the man, because there's still a wage gap between men and women.
I am a feminist. For all of the years that my mother, like so many others, taught me never to walk home alone, never to walk home when it was dark, and never to make eye contact with men in the city. She taught me to approach a woman, and only a woman, in public if I ever felt unsafe. I'm a feminist because my primary school teachers taught girls in my class basic self-defense, while the mothers and teachers of young boys forgot to teach them what consent means. I'm a feminist because of the man who looked at my all-girl university intern placement group and turned his nose up, saying that they'd never had an all-female group before. He said we usually opt for balance, as he led me around a editorial floor of 75% male journalists. I'm a feminist because I am sick to death of men twice my age catcalling me, from beat-up sedans to monstrous cement trucks, no matter what I'm wearing. I'm a feminist because of the derogatory terms these men yell from their cars when I am walking past them, because street harassment is never a compliment. In Saudi Arabia, women still cannot vote or drive. Over 125 million girls in the Middle East and Africa have suffered genital mutilation as part of a marriage preparation ceremony. 1 in every 3 women will be sexually assaulted at some point in her lifetime, most likely by someone that she knows.
I'm a feminist because the woman body is discriminated, sexualized, and objectified every single day. Because I have to explain why I'm a feminist. Because stopping legal abortion will not stop abortion. It will only stop unsafe abortions. Because people use the hashtag all lives matter. Because, I mean, a girl cannot be mad or annoyed without being on her period, obviously. Because Saudi Arabia prohibits women from driving. I'm a feminist because pussy is used as an insult. I mean, I'm gladly pussy, but... Because our clothes are seen as consent. Because some people still seem to think that there are only 2 genders. Because 1 in 3 men would rape if they knew that they would get away with it. I'm a feminist because of the patriarchy. Because American Apparel thinks that this is good advertising. Because I've been sexually assaulted several times. In fact, so many that I've lost count. I'm a feminist because a person like Donald Trump could become the president of the United States. Because the expression "like a girl" is used way too frequently. Because I'm more than just a pretty face. Because some people think that feminism is a synonym to crazy. I'm a feminist because same-sex marriage is still illegal in a lot of countries. Because every dollar a white man earns in America, an Hispanic woman earns 56 cents for the same position. Because whenever I say, "that was pretty sexist of you," to either like a friend or someone I'm around and I'm kind of confronting them, they will immediately almost scream at my face, "It was a joke!" As if sexism is funny. Because whenever there's a discussion about rape culture, someone will always bring up, well, there are some girls who report false rapes. And although that's true, it happens, as does false reports in literally everything, no matter what you're talking about. There are false reports, but only less than 1% of all of the rapes that are reported, not to even mention the ones that are not reported because people are scared to report. Less than 1%. You can't use that in an argument. It's so irrelevant because society thinks that showing weakness is girly. Because when I was younger, I wanted to dye my hair brown because people kept on making so many jokes about blonde girls are so dumb, as if hair color actually defines your IQ level.
Because girls are allowed to wear boys' colours and play with boys' toys, while boys aren't allowed to play with girls' toys or wear girl colours, because of course it'll emasculate them and make them gay. Because young girls are still married off to men 2, 3, 4 times older than them in some places in the world. Because women still can't breastfeed in some public places because it's obscene, despite the fact that that's what breasts are made for. This is by no means a complete list. There are so many more reasons as to why I'm a feminist.
I'm a feminist because 47,000 women die every single year because of unsafe abortions. Because girls all over the world are denied education because of their gender. Because there are dress codes for females at schools. Because, I mean, shoulders, thighs, and stomachs are so sexy now, am I right? Because women all over the world are sold into prostitution. Because to some people, men who are using beauty products are automatically gay. Because women should be able to breastfeed regardless of the location. That is what boobs are for. They're for breastfeeding. I know. Shocking! I'm a feminist because girls who have a lot of sex are sluts and whores. But I mean, on the other hand, if you're a boy and you sleep around, you're a fucking legend. Double standards much? No, not at all. I don't. What do you mean? Because I'm always referred to as someone's girlfriend or sister or daughter or friend instead of just myself, Eileen, a human being. Because almost no schools in America allows girls on their football teams. Because in some parts of the world, women are not allowed to leave their home without their husband. Because people think that feminism is man-hating. Because in PE, apparently only the macho guys could demonstrate how to do sit-ups. And this didn't happen like once every so often. This happened every single PE lesson of my whole school experience. Because boobs are used to sell and promote products. See pictures right here on the screen. Because apparently shaving is considered optional for men, but mandatory for women. I'm a feminist because fuck gender rules. Because whenever I am discussing or argumenting about something, whether it's feminism or politics, I always get interrupted. It's always by a male. Because reversed racism doesn't exist and it has never existed. I'm a feminist because men are pressured into being macho and dominant. Because in 2011, France banned face covering, meaning that 2,000 Muslim women were targeted. Because too many people seem to think that no means convince me. Because in June this year, 102 people were attacked in Orlando at a gay club. Because surely enough, not all men are rapists, but all men are potential ones. Because I've gotten several unwanted dick pics. Oh, I felt like I was about to puke there.
Let the man take the lead and let him pay. Now, take the lead when he's dancing, yes, but why does a man have to pay?
Well, for the first rule is when you pay as a man, I'm going to give, nurture, love, and totally service you downstairs. I'm not going to service you if I have to pay because then I become the man, okay? And then we're no longer going to have sex because I lost interest. I just closed my legs.
See, now, that does not sound right to me. First of all,
it's true, though.
It's very retro in a way. It's like Mad Men time, you know? And when I first met my guy, I split the bill with him on the date because I didn't want...
You went Dutch?
Yep.
Really?
And believe me, the sex was great. So I don't think that it has anything to do with it.
Well, a lot of psychology today proves otherwise, but I can understand you. You're a very strong woman, and not everybody's like you. But a lot of women today, even though they're making money in corporate America, they want to be treated like a lady, and they wanted to be, you know, sit back, relax. At the end of the day, turn your brain off and just like have a good time. And if they have to worry about the bills being paid, they become the man, and then the guy becomes their son.
What? Really?
Yeah, and then they have sex with their son.
What if the guy needs to de-stress and wants her to pick up the check and take care of him?
We have a
that
4-to-1
night?
rule. Every 4 times a man takes you out, you give back on the 5th time. So it could be cooking dinner, it could be cleaning his shirts, it could be taking him out as well.
You know what? There's something about that that sounds like prostitution to me.
Well, I can understand that, but a lot of women are complaining today that men aren't taking them out. So
because they're out of work. They don't have the money.
But you know what? Too bad. Get another job. Wah, 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 wah.
Women do earn less in America because they choose to. They would rather go to their daughter's piano recital than stay all night at work working on a proposal.
What?
So they end up earning less. They're less ambitious, and I think this is sort of God's way. This is nature's way of saying women should be at home with the kids. They're happier there.
I hope that your viewers do not take you, sir, seriously.
There's a great book you should read. It's called Why Men Earn More, and it's all about women choosing to put family over work, and that's why they earn less.
Having a choice does not mean that you're less ambitious, and your comments are absolutely deplorable. Sean, I would like
less ambitious in the workplace.
I would like you to adjust it. You're a father. You have a daughter.
If you were a real feminist, you would support housewives and see them as the heroes and women who work wasting their time.
You said that women are less ambitious.
Women are less ambitious.
You have also said that women are better suited in the home.
Yes,
You've
that's
also
a fact.
said that, let's see, that women are emotional and women shouldn't run for public office. All of these things that just
I never said women shouldn't run for public office.
Yes, you have. You've said
that before. If we're talking about 50% of the population, generally out of this 250 million people or 150 million people, most women are happier at home. They are pretending that they like working, and they're not making money because they don't stay all night at the office. They don't go the extra mile. They don't work all weekend. You're making a mistake. You would be much happier at home with a husband and children.
Oh, boy. Oh,
I mean, I'm literally
You just said you're single. You don't have a boyfriend. You're what?
That's
You're celibate?
my choice.
Yeah, look, you're miserable. You would be so much happier with kids around you tonight. Imagine coming home. Mommy's home.
You know what, Gavin? You're not funny. You're not what you do not do anything.
I'm trying to make you happy.
You do not do anything for the better. Sean, this isn't funny.
Feminism has made women miserable. Women were much happier when housewives were glorified.
Guess what? I had a choice to be married, and I chose not to. I have a choice to have kids.
You made a mistake.
We'll give you the last word. Go ahead.
I think that your guest here is doing a disservice to all of the viewers and doing a disservice to America by saying that that I need to be married, that I would be happier at home. That you're, what, miserably married? Just because
no,
just having a ring on?
I'm trying to share my joy. You should see my little 2-year-old.
Not everybody has the same life pattern as you,
I know,
okay?
it's the fault
and not everybody wants to marry somebody in a bootleg seersucker suit and go home to that. I don't want to go home to that.
You don't have to go home to me. Go home to a hunk. Oh, gosh.
Jesus. This is absolutely disgusting. And, Sean, you should actually speak up for the viewers today and let them know that your daughter should have a choice.
I think women do have a choice. Absolutely.
I'm going to introduce to you the biggest, baddest F-word in this house right now. Let me hear you scream for the one and only Jazzy J.
It's not a dirty word, though some folks are acting like it be, but a needed word. That means we all deserve equality. Think the word's played out? Sorry, you're mistaken. A better effing world, this F-word is effing making.
Oh! FEMINIST is exactly what we all need to be.
1, 2, break it down. And money?
She makes less than he is 77 to his dollar. They got the same job and they work the same hour. I like to say holla to Hollywood. How about some girls behind the camera? Doesn't that sound good? A dude's a lot to say. No. Girls a lot to say. Yes, you want to talk about consent? And clean up this mess? It's done with actions. Voices, make yourself heard. Don't be a wallflower. Become an F-word. FEMINIST is exactly what we all need to be. Susan B., Anthony, and Harriet T. Choose to
me could vote. Take note, mad power in your vote. Cause when you do it, nothing to it, stronger laws will get wrote. I'm wishing, hoping, praying, thinking about a feminist in office like Sanders or Clinton. And wait, Congress has what? Congress has how many? Newsflash, women make up less than 20%. I gotta bet, cause OMG, we need diversity when leaders fight for our rights and ensure our liberties. Hey homies, yeah, to protect a woman's choice, you better make some noise. Oh, and to our sisters around the globe, don't think we don't hear you as you strive for education and for freedom. We see ya. We got our eyes open and we're here to spread the word that it's still tricky to be a girl. To be a girl up in this world is tricky. What? It's tricky, 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 tricky. FEMINIST is exactly what we all need to be. So no, we won't quiet down, settle down, act like ladies. We're gonna get loud, high, heated like Hades. I'm on an effing mission. I'm freaking Mighty Mouse. Get ready for it, people. Boy, Clave in the house. And here we go. A. Dowling, J. Solly, Seema Cray Cray, Yoko Ono, Dr. Vito.